Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of How to Survive in the Age of Automation. In this video, I'll be explaining about the 6 different ways to have other people like you. And these 6 different ways were first introduced by Dale Carnegie, who wrote the famous book How to Win Friends and Influence People. Check it out if you're interested. So let's get right to it. What I found most frustrating about all these top 5 or these top 10, things is that you kind of remember it the moment you watch the video, but as soon as you close that tab, you forget about everything. So, to prevent that from happening to you this time, I will be using my super duper drawing skills to help you remember. It's much more simple to have a picture in your mind instead of having the top 5 or 6 different words, right? The first thing.
Okay, that's me, right? It kind of looks like me, and that is you, okay? And we have our little sneakers.
Okay, perfect. So the first thing you need to do is smile more. Second thing you need to do is alright, Paul. Is to remember the other person's name. Third thing to do is, I hope you see this correctly, and I hope I draw this right. This is a speaker, and that's his speaker. Basically means is that you speak less and let the other person speak more, right? The fourth thing is then to focus the conversation on that other person. Fifth thing is to have that other person feel like a king or queen, right? That's a crown. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a beautiful crown. And the sixth thing that you need to do is to focus everything you've got on this conversation and this conversation alone. So these are very simple concepts, but the magic of this concept is that it actually works. And an example that I'd like to provide is something that happened to me quite not recently, but that happened to me like 2 or 3 months ago. So basically I had to move from my last home to my new home now. So I had to look around a lot of different homes and saw that this home in particular was my best fit. So I signed the contract with the real estate lady. Just that at that moment I said, hey, wait, that was the time when I just finished reading this book, and I remembered and I had this picture fresh in my head. So I told myself, I'm gonna try this out. There's nothing that possibly that I can gain out of this, but I just really want this other person to really like me, like really, really like me for no reason at all. So that's what I did. I really smiled, or I really tried smiling a lot. I tried to obviously there's only one person. I was speaking with that person for 7 hours. I spoke to that lady from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. for 7 hours. So I remember her name, obviously. Next thing was I tried to focus the conversation on her and her interests, and had her making her feel awesome and focus my everything in this conversation, which actually was really difficult because she spoke a lot, and by a lot I mean she spoke so much. And the crazy thing is, from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning, neither of us went to the bathroom, nor did we have something to eat. We just hardcore spoke the whole entire time. But the crazy thing is that the conversation touched upon a lot of different topics, one of which was her husband. So her husband turns out that he is a professor at a prestigious or well-known university, and she told me that she loved him to the extent that she bought him an amazing table, an oak table, I think that cost more than $2,500. And after hearing that, I was genuinely really impressed, and because I really thought it was really touching that she would be willing to provide him a gift that would basically entail that he doesn't spend as much time with her. And I thought that was really warm-hearted, because she really knew what he liked, and she gave that to him. So I thought that was really cool, and I told her that if I had a girlfriend and if my girlfriend did that, I thought that would be something mind-blowing, and I would actually absolutely love that. So she liked this talk, and this kept on going until like 12 o'clock, when she said, wait, Sejong, I really enjoy talking to you about all these things, about my life, about my worries. And you know what? You told me before, like 2-3 hours ago, that you wanted furniture, right? So it turns out that I have a lot of furniture that I'm not using at the moment, and I think these furnitures found the perfect owner. I think if you would be willing to accept, I'll give you all the furniture that I have that I'm not using at this moment. Which so happens to be crazy because that's exactly this for example, bookshelf, this table that I'm recording this with, or my bed, my other wardrobe. So everything basically that is a furniture in my house right now is hers basically, and she just gave it to me. Also, she would refuse to receive any money from me as a brokerage fee, so it cost something like $300, and she just said I won't take it because, you know, I really want you to be happy and you know, you to excel in your new work, and I wish you the best, and for me to be for you to be happy makes me happy. So imagine that, you know, like your job is to sell things to people, and not only did she do that for free, but she gave me all these cool things, you know. The crazy thing is I was not expecting any of this. Genuinely, I just was really interested or tried to be really engaged in this conversation with her. And what came in return was so much bigger than I expected. The insight that I got from this is that if you really care for somebody, it comes back to you one way or another. And obviously the important thing here is that you should not use this as a way to manipulate the feelings or emotions of other people. But this basic principle, these 6 different principles of you interacting with other people, genuinely can touch and move the other person and make that other person do things that in a normal, you know, one-to-one transaction kind of, you know, cold capitalist world you wouldn't see that often, right? So I guess the key takeaway is this: when you're in a conversation with somebody, it's not about you. It's actually about the other person. It's about how that person feels and how you make that person feel that is most important. And the kind of connection that you would be able to achieve with that other person would be beyond just friendship. You could go so much deeper. So this was the end of today's video. I hope you liked the content, and if it actually helped you or you learned something out of it, please give me a thumbs up, and that would really make my day. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.